Hey, I don't know. I just wanted to talk about my feelings on Borderlands, just as a thing to pass time with, because I wanted to write a script for it, but I'm terrible at script writing, so I'm trying this idea out. See if this is the best way to get ideas out of my head. As you can hear, there's lo-fi in the background. Anyway, so to start with, Borderlands 1 Game of the Year Edition Enhanced. It's okay. I never played Borderlands 1 back when it was normal. Well, I did, but not when it came out. So, like, how original nostalgic fans would be. I had not really got any of that. I just was trying to pay respect because I love Borderlands 2 so much. So I would go play Borderlands 1 to see what the originator was like. It is clunkier than Borderlands 2, that is said, but that is something that is just inherent in it. You can't really fix that. Um, the problem is, though, I do love the game. However, the poor attempt of the Borderlands Game of the Year Edition Enhanced, uh, by the poor attempt, I mean they made a really poor attempt at trying to fix everything with it. They threw auto pick up money, auto pick up ammo off the floor, and the mini map. What else did they do? Customer characterization, which is terrible in that game. It's really bad. But they threw all that in there to make it flashy, to seem like they had done changes. And most people going to play it, they know are probably going to go back and play it for nostalgia reasons, then realize, the game's clunkier than Borderlands 2. Why don't I just play Borderlands 2? And fair enough. You might as well. No point really wasting your time there. However, this is kind of told me because I went to go on and play it to max level and I'm trying to get all the achievements still. And they still have a lot of things inherently wrong with it. I mean, I made a list whilst trying to write a script. Here we are. And, okay, the first place to obviously start is the Moxie Underdome DLC is still broken as ever, and they clearly didn't listen to anything that the fans were saying on the Steam page or anywhere else. It's... how could you say? They just didn't listen to the fans' reviews, and they probably didn't even game test it. I'm surprised it even came out as a DLC. The reason why I'm so angry about this is you get a quest. So you go there, you get a quest. It's very bland. It's the first introduction of Moxie, by the way. And you have to do 75 waves of enemies for one quest. That will take you roughly around 2 hours. 2 hours of gameplay for one quest. In the pacing of Borderlands, that is much longer than anything else you'll come across in the general story. So, first off, you just get this uneasy feeling that you're not completing things. The pacing of Borderlands is what makes it so great because you feel like you're constantly achieving. Here, you feel like you're barely achieving anything. Then after you've done those, they throw some of the most fucking insane shit at you, which I'm surprised they thought was humanly possible. And I'm surprised they haven't even fixed in the Enhanced Edition. And that is the harder challenges, where there are 20 rounds, meaning 100 waves per arena. So, in total, that is 300 waves to fully complete that DLC. So, take into account, 75 waves took 2.5 hours. Okay, and this was with just the base level. The harder challenges, there are modifiers. Well, there were modifiers in the earlier challenges, but not as much. There are modifiers in the hard ones. Their damage and health and shields go up drastically in the later rounds. And it's just some of the modifiers just don't mean anything compared to the others. There are two modifiers which, if you roll, you're just fucked. It's your round has now become so much harder, and those were naked and close combat. But I spent, because I wanted to do one of these legitly, I spent 10 consecutive hours completing one arena. And this was because every time you fail a round, you go back to the previous one. So that means if you fail a round on the boss wave, which is the last wave of a round, you go back to the previous round from the start. So that means you just spent, I don't know, roughly around, so in the later stages, roughly around 20, 30 minutes getting to that stage, and then it's all gone. All your progress just... And it's completely against what Borderlands foundation is, which is to have that feeling of constantly being achieved. It's like you're constantly getting somewhere. And the other problem with it is the drops that you get for completing these waves. You would think this sounds like a crazy, crazy thing. You must get such good guns from it and all that. You get nothing. You get absolutely nothing. You get greens dropped at the end. The enemies are coded so they don't drop guns. The enemies are also coded that they don't provide gun proficiency EXP, which also makes no fucking sense. They thought, oh, because they're going to be killing those people, you should take that away. No! No. The DLC is fundamentally broken, and the Enhanced Edition did nothing to fix it. Because they knew that people play the main game for nostalgia and then never really play further once they've gone to the end, or even just not even gone to the end of the main story. What else? Oh yeah, all the DLC places, they didn't put any fast travel locations in any of the other locations, which is just a sort of kind of like thing you should do in a remake, because it just provides the map, the money. They were all done as ease of play additions. These DLC fast travel locations are in the same category. They are just ease of access additions, and they failed to put them in, meaning if you want to get to a certain place in DLC, you have to go all the way to the start of the DLC, fast travel there, then walk all the way to the extra part of the DLC. So it's just rather unfortunate, because you see in Borderlands 2 you can fast travel to all the locations in the DLC. So why not do that? It seems like what they were trying to do was incorporate all the foundations they had in Borderlands 2 into Borderlands, but they haven't done that. They only did stuff right at the beginning to make it look flashy. What else have they got? Why are there two Steam versions? Maybe that's just some sort of thing they had to do. I don't know. I just think it's a bit stupid. Why are there no Steam trading cards for the Enhanced Edition if you're going to make two versions then? They could have just easily added those in. Been a nice addition, you know? Still, nothing. Didn't really show any love. What else have they... What? Quick match, yes. Quick matches in Borderlands Enhanced Edition are just very rushed. There's no way of search filtering. You just search. You can half time end up in like a level 24 game, or you're in a level 48 game, or you're in a level 1 game. There is nothing which can help you choose what level you want to match with randomly. Like, whereas with Borderlands 2, you had stuff which was like kind of more perfect matches. To honestly, I didn't do much quick match in Borderlands 2, but when I did, I didn't have much problem with, because I tended to end up getting with people of my same level. So I don't have any proof of it, but by just observing, I think they just fucked up the quick match in Borderlands Enhanced Edition. There's no moving in Second Life, which I thought was absolutely stupid. They had in Borderlands 2. So in Borderlands 1, you end up having to adapt this technique where you have to predict when you're going to die and jump in the air. So when you're going to die, your momentum from jumping in the air launches your body forwards towards the enemy. Just why is there no moving? that's the money is fundamentally broken still. Once you start getting into level, I think it was around 57 somewhere, the money counter just goes 9999999, and it doesn't change. However, it counts above, which isn't inherently, like, you wouldn't know that until you play a little further and find out when you purchase something, your money isn't changing from 9999. And in fact, I've gotten so much money, I've overrided the not overrided, but I've gotten the number so high for the money, it's flipped all the way back to negative. So it is now, my money's now something like negative 1 trillion or something. So they all they have to do for something like that is just increase the storage for the money by like a byte. I think I do some I do some computer science stuff in my degree, and I believe with how numbers are stored, you just have to increase, not by a byte, I'm sorry, by what's an like 4 bytes, by 4 bytes. So then you can store way more. Instead of 2 to the 31, you can store 2 to the fucking 255 or some shit. I think it's something like that. And that's way larger. So yeah, money's still broken. New legendaries that they added were cheap and just thrown in there for more flash. They do not follow the determined loot system of Borderlands, where there were certain keywords which meant certain key factors in a weapon. They just are complete bland, straight. This is the legendary. This is it. Borderlands 2 even has that loot system, but not to the same effect that Borderlands 1. Borderlands 1, the legendaries have a lot more randomness in them, a lot less uniqueness. You can get you could have 5 appearances of a legendary, and they will all be very, very different in Borderlands 1. Whereas in Borderlands 2, you would have a little bit more similarity. Like, the numbers still will vary, be different, but not that bigly. In Borderlands 1, there can be huge differences. The old Borderlands graphics are not available on the enhanced. This is because I have a PC that can run the original Borderlands just fine, but it cannot run the enhanced. It won't even let me play it. It will stop me at the main menu, which I think is stupid, because if you can run the ordinary one, if you still have the access to that engine, just combine the two engines and then allow people to launch in that engine off one Steam game. I don't think it's that hard. I might be wrong. I probably might be wrong, but it seems a lot easier than I would think. It's, I don't know. Just make it so I can lower the graphics all the way back down to the original. Just call it like original mode or something, and then I can work with that. The talking in Borderlands 2, they haven't made a dedicated GUI for it. They've just taken the console and they put a command in it called say. I don't know if this was in the original Borderlands at all. I don't think the original Borderlands even had quick play. Did it? I can't remember. That's why you need to research. But what's it? Yeah, they just put a command called say, and then you just type whatever you want. So there's no GUI. It's just you're communicating to the GUI, to the console, and they're just giving you a little heads up of how to do it. So that just looks very B-Tech. When you run with your gun, it's very clunky animation. It's jumping around the place. They didn't fix it. The gun kind of just jumps frame. You can see some frame jumps in the gun running. Pearlescence are still only in Nox's campaign. It would seem best to spread it across all, ever since how much fucking time you spend in Moxie's Underdome. Just put pearlescent drops worldwide. They can't be that hard unless you've region locked it to the DLC. I don't understand why you would code it like that, though. I don't know much else to say. Those are all just the things on the top of my head. Yeah, I would say the balancing of the weapons is just kind of all a bit weird. Yeah, there's some weapons which you just wouldn't understand why anyone would use them. Some of the legendaries are just completely useless compared to others. There's no like power level, like you can't check the power levels past each other. It's well, when I say you can't check the power levels past each other, they just have some legendaries look cool because they're legendary, but they are just useless compared to like some epics or even some blues. Like, why would you use that legendary compared to these? And legendaries in game, when they drop, you're supposed to feel like whoa, crazy, and it's supposed to do crazy shit. But it is sometimes it's terrible. So I don't know. Anything else? Uh, get to stuff about console. What else did I write in the script? Shit. Because what I was trying to do was I was trying to write a review for this, for Borderlands in general, but I feel like I was thinking about it too much, and I just want to get my ideas down somewhere because I am terrible at script writing. My ideas come fluently when I just talk. Some of those ideas I just said, such as the frame stuff when you're running, such as the say in the console, such as going into so much depth with Moxie's Underdome. All this came just because I'm talking. It doesn't come to my mind when I write it, which is annoying. So this is just going to be a good thing to keep. I would just say, the reason why I wanted to do this is because after seeing how poorly they've handled enhancing Borderlands as a remake, it was just clearly like a cash thing, so they can bring the Borderlands franchise back up to a steady, I don't know how much it is on Steam, like £20. So they're making more money. It's just clearly one of those, with flashy stuff just added in, and it doesn't make me that hopeful for Borderlands 3 if they weren't willing enough to put that much time and love into enhancing Borderlands. Because if they're not respecting their foundation, what are they going to be doing in the new one? Are they going to be just trying to make it a corporate soulless thing that integrates with Twitch as it does, and just it works so it's mathematically calculated to make people want to play longer? Or is it going to be a heartfelt game where it's people who love the probability of things dropping and chances, and making an atmosphere in a game which is quirky but also interesting and dangerous? What are they gonna do? Are they coming at it like a business, or are they coming at it like a game company? I don't know. That sounds fucking stupid. But yeah, uh, glad I made this. Might upload this. I don't know. It's always nice to upload shit. It feels nice. I don't know. Makes me feel like I'm doing something. I don't know. Anyway, great. Okay. Bye bye.